Khamzat Chimaev is the best fighter we've ever seen in the UFC. Now, when I say this, I feel like everyone has mixed emotions. They're like, Kenny, what are you talking about? Best fighter we ever seen, but he has so much to do. Skill for skill. I've never seen a talent like Khamzat Chimaev, and I really feel like it's because what he specializes in. Now, as we know, we've seen a career similar to Khamzat and like Khabib, except Khabib never really went through the adversity Khamzat went through. People like to discredit Khamzat because of the Gilbert Burns fight. Yeah, dude, bro, Gilbert Burns sucks, dude, and Gilbert Burns gave him a hard fight. You know, Gilbert Burns gave him a wake-up call. Gilbert Burns made Khamzat realize that I should never foray away from my game plan. Now, you're probably like, Kenny, what the fuck are you talking about? Khamzat Chimaev had something called respect for his opponent, Gilbert Burns. Respect enough that when he was able to ragdoll Gilbert Burns, because he was able to ragdoll Gilbert Burns, there was a point he was literally dragging Gilbert Burns across the ring when he's taking him down, just muscling him. But what did he do? He did something where he let him up because he respected his BJJ too much. Now, what did that mistake lead to? It led to one of his most competitive fights. He ended up losing the second round, got caught with some overhands, etc., etc. The third round, he would just abandon his game plan. He wasn't even shooting takedowns at that point. We're just walking forward and outworking Gilbert Burns. Did he end up getting the win off of striking? Yes. Which showed us he's tough, he has heart, and he can strike if needed to. However, after the Gilbert Burns fight, even before the Gilbert Burns fight, when he didn't respect his opponents, you see what I mean? He just goes in there and ragdolls him. After the Gilbert Burns fight, he went through an episode like, you know what? BJJ, great wrestler, best defensive wrestler. It doesn't matter who I'm going against. I'm going to impose my will. I'm going to impose my game plan no matter what. So, you know, of course, he had that fight with Kevin Holland. BJJ black belt as well. Of course, not to the degree of someone like Gilbert Burns, but Kevin Holland has some good submissions. He's a good black belt. He's talented. And he's hard to keep on the ground as he's shown in the Khamzat fight. He was rolling, forcing Khamzat to roll with him. But no matter what he did, Khamzat Chimaev showed that, you know what? He might be good at defensive grappling. I'm better. Goes in there, rolls with him, finishes him with a Darce choke. Now, of course, we see the Kamaru Usman fight. Now, with the Kamaru Usman fight, statistically on paper, the best defensive wrestler in UFC history, right? This is a fact. Only one to ever take down Kamaru Usman before that was someone named Leon Edwards, and he didn't take him down off of like just brute strength and out muscling him, out wrestling him. He caught Usman in a little clinch situation, took him down off guard, and it worked. Now, Khamzat Chimaev, Usman knew what he was going to do. It wasn't no off guard like clinch situation. Khamzat Chimaev went into that fight and immediately imposed his wrestling on Kamaru Usman, the best defensive wrestler in UFC history. Now, what did that lead to? It led to Kamaru Usman getting ragdolls for the first time in his life. And he's been wrestling his collegiate where he wrestled, his whole life he was a wrestler. Even to UFC, the best defensive wrestler. Got embarrassed for the first time ever. Now, when we see Kamaru Usman I feel like the first time we saw it, we're like, oh man, I just think Usman's washed, dude. I just think his knees are cooked. Like, there's no way Usman just got wrestled like that. And what did Khamzat show? Even though Usman had great defensive wrestling, he didn't give him the respect that he gave Burns. The Burns fight was nothing more than a mistake where he learned as a fighter and he developed and he grew to a point where he realized, I could grapple with these guys. He went in there, attacked Usman, and guess what? After the first round, Usman still survived. The second and third, he took him down the second and third again, which shows us the big, oh, dude, but he has no gas tank, dude. His gas tank, dude, is not cowabunga, dude. His hairline crook. Bro, he showed that, listen, I can be fatigued. I'm still going to go in there and take you down. Now, after the Usman fight, we're seeing a lot of footage of Khamzat with these, like, gold medalists, rolling with them, destroying them, like, or having great exchanges with them, seeing with people like Luke Rockhold, going there against these guys who are good MMA grapplers and just destroying them in very one-sided grappling matches. We start to see, like, hold up. Why is he doing this to people? This doesn't make sense. He's going against way bigger heavyweights, out-grappling. It's like, what's going on with Khamzat Chimaev? Why is he going in there and just out-grappling these guys this significantly? Now, before the Robert Whittaker fight, Robert Whittaker, a great defensive wrestler, as like people were saying, pointing out the Olympic wrestler, Yoel Romero went like 7 for like 20 on takedowns, could barely take him down, can definitely not hold him there. He couldn't control him there. If the Olympic wrestler can't do it, Khamzat Chimaev can't do it. Now, Khamzat Chimaev, and my thing before this fight, I was like, I hope Khamzat Chimaev doesn't try to change his plan. Like no one can grapple with this guy. And what does he do? He goes in there. Although Robert Whittaker is a very good defensive wrestler, a strong guy, a veteran, a middleweight, a real middleweight. People are saying Usman's small, dude. He's a 170er. Usman's big, first of all. He's big for that weight class. But he went in there against a real 185er, and he out-wrestled him significantly. Then he broke his jaw with grappling via a face crank. Now, we saw that fight, and we're like, holy shit, this is legit. At this point, this is not even a hot take to say, Khabib, Islam, they're all great grapplers. Khamzat's the best grappler we've ever seen in UFC history. And I'm saying this because we've seen Islam have exchanges with like people like Volkanovski early in the fight when they're both fresh. You know what I'm saying? Even later in the round, we've seen that. We've seen him with Dustin Poirier early in the fight. You know, we've seen Islam show that, like, yeah, he's a great grappler, but he can go through some adversity defensively. Khabib, we saw it against Tibial. He went like 0 for 13 against Tibial, I believe. We saw Khabib against Conor in the open cage, sometimes struggling to take down Conor. We've seen Khabib struggle to get people down. Is Khabib really good at chain wrestling and like overwhelming them over the course of fights? Yes, of course. He's the best at that. However, Khamzat, we're really yet to see someone in the first round in the UFC at least match his energy and defend intelligently because his grappling is just that good. I think it's a mix of strength, brute strength and power, mixed up with actual grappling ability and actual skill, and just the way he knows how to maneuver his body and win. Like, this guy is dangerous. And on top of that, there's a reason he's the best fighter I feel like I've ever seen, because I'm looking at the welterweight weight class, the middleweight weight class, and the light heavyweight weight class. This guy has the best triple champ potential in the UFC today, and I really mean it. If he wanted to, I'm sure him and Bilal are friends. They're Muslim brothers. They're not going to want to fight, but say whatever, Shavkat wins or whatever, if he wants to go down to 170 again, he's shown at 170 he's able to ragdoll these people, like Leech, all these guys, because he's just strong. He can cut that weight, and he could easily beat anyone at 170 easy. Now, Dricus Du Plessis, the middleweight champion, the current 185er, tough guy, strong guy, you know what I'm saying? He's tough. We've seen DDP get out-wrestled by Derek Brunson early in the fight. Is Derek Brunson a good wrestler? Yes. Is he on Khamzat level? Does make me laugh, my friend. Does make me laugh. Same with Robert Whittaker, took him down. Is Robert Whittaker a good wrestler? Yes. Is he on Khamzat's level? We know the answer to that. Now, looking at DDP, as much as I respect him and I like both fighters, I don't really want to root for anyone in that fight. I just have a hard time seeing DDP survive the first round with Khamzat Chimaev. And Khamzat Chimaev, like I said in the Usman fight, I know people like to say, oh, he only has a first round wrestling. It's not true. He took down Usman in the third round, controlled him for nearly 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or maybe 3 minutes, which is why he stole that round off Usman based on some scorecards, because what he's able to do even when he's tired. Now, we look at the 205 weight class. Of course, Alex Pereira. Oh, dude, Alex Pereira, dude, he's unbeatable, man. Trust me, dude. Khamzat Chimaev will get Pereira out of there in like under a minute. I've said it on Twitter before. People hate when I say that. People hate the truth a lot, because the truth is not what people want to hear if they don't like a fighter like Khamzat or they like Pereira. The truth is he gets Pereira out of there pretty. This guy's potential at triple champ is nothing like I've ever seen before. I've said Islam could be triple champ, and could he? Yes. He could be 155, 170, definitely. And then 185 would be kind of a stretch because he's a little bit smaller, but someone like Khamzat Chimaev is so good in that department of fighting that I legitimately believe that since light heavyweight kind of lacks wrestlers, welterweight is just like Shavkat could not be able to hang with Khamzat. There used to be a time we compared Shavkat and Khamzat. Oh, dude, who's the better? I think it's obvious who's better. Khamzat goes in there and implements his game plan every time, and it works. And the reason it works is because he's that good at it. I swear to God, this might be a hot take, but after seeing him with Olympic wrestlers and stuff, I know he uses the wall to his advantage and stuff, but his brute strength, his sprawling ability, his actual wrestling skill, freestyle or not, it's very impressive, and it's very hard to deal with Khamzat. He's one of those people who, in a different world, would be a multi-undefeated Olympic gold medalist here every 4 years because he's that good. That's how I see it. That's how good he really is. He just happens to be in the art of fighting. And I want people to know he's a great grappler. His striking is slept on too. This guy has striking power. We've seen him put away GM3 with a one-punch knockout. We've seen him hurt Gilbert Burns in the third round. We've seen him land big punches that drop Gilbert Burns or straight punches. We've seen him land good shots, and we've seen him weather good storms. We've seen Usman put it on him in the third round and the second round. He just ate those punches, kept coming forward, showed a great chin. Same with Gilbert Burns. He put it on him in that second round. He's shown that he's tough, he's resilient, and his grappling is the best thing we've ever seen in our life. So when I look at Khamzat Chimaev, it's almost like he's abnormally good. It's almost like there's something we're not quite understanding, that like we've never seen these fighters, like look at any Whittaker fight, we've never seen him outclass this bad, ever. Look at any Usman loss, when he was destroying Leon Edwards and got head kicked. The third fight, when he won clear 2 rounds on Edwards and one was a 10-8, he didn't get destroyed in that fight. Kevin Holland too, I know he's not the best, but the way Khamzat destroyed him, it's just like you never see that. Khamzat goes in there against these ranked fighters, these talented fighters, like one of the best in their division, and he beats them so bad to a point where you almost start to question how good the fighter really is. That's how it's starting to look with me. I really feel like he's that, bro, you don't expect, if we set up a championship fight with DDP and Khamzat, there should be no world we're talking about, yeah, this up-and-comer is probably going to beat this guy in under 2 minutes. Why the fuck would we say that? When have we ever said that about anyone? Even with Khabib, we weren't like, yeah, he's going to go in there, he's probably going to knock. We weren't saying that. We weren't saying he's going to take this guy down and submit him within the first 5 minutes of a fight. We don't say that. But with Khamzat, we're normalizing it like, yeah, he's probably going to go there and just submit Pereira in 30 seconds. But why is that so? When we're saying it out loud, we don't understand how bizarre and how weird that is, bro. Bro, who have we never said that from anyone, even Francis Ngannou, bro. We know he has the one-punch power, but you never know what to expect. We don't know he's going to just go in there and knock out someone in 1 minute. So Khamzat Chimaev is that special of a fighter that, when he's going to go against a champion at any weight class, the conversation of, oh yeah, bro, let's go. He's probably going to go in there and finish him. It's a real conversation for everyone. You can say that way. There's not a person in the roster that Khamzat Chimaev can't finish in the first round. Is that not weird to you guys? Is that not quite like, is that not something you guys look at like, wait, what the fuck are we, what the hell's even going on? Why is that normalized? Khamzat's so good. He's making things that are so abnormal look normal. This guy is literally, in my opinion, he's the best fighter in the UFC that UFC's ever seen, because I've never seen this in any promotion. MMA in general. I've never seen someone as special as Khamzat Chimaev. So I'm telling you right now, this guy's a future double champ, no doubt. It depends if Magomed gets the belt off of Pereira. I'm assuming Pereira's going to still duck him, so Khamzat's going to get the chance to go up. But Khamzat Chimaev is the best fighter on the planet I've ever seen, and he's the best chance at being a 3-division champion. Does he have things he has to work on? Absolutely. His endurance, his pacing sometimes looks There's not horrible, but he has work to do on it. Other than that, though, this guy's the best person I've ever seen. It's only up for here. He just turned 30 this year, so this guy's just entering his prime, which is almost scary. Like, the only thing that, like, I seen that I'm scared of from Khamzat is really his health. Other than his health, I don't see anyone beating this guy. So let me know what y'all think about this. I'm not over-exaggerating. I really believe this guy's crazy and that good, but that's it for me, and God bless. 2, 3.